Welcome back to the Coruscant Knights podcast. We're very happy to have you here again today for another Star Wars podcast episode. My name is Cooper. Alongside me, as always, is Mark
Hello there.
and Jack.
Hello.
Guys, today we've got a bit of a different sort of podcast episode for you guys. We've been focusing on Ahsoka for the last, I don't know, 2 months, I'd
Been
say.
a while,
So
hasn't it?
has been a while. So we're getting back to some more original content. It is original, but yeah, I'm really excited about today's one. We'll get into it in just a little bit. Just a reminder before we get into it that we are on social media. Again, I don't really need to list what we're on because you can just find us pretty much everywhere. And of course, a big thank you to Ben and Nikita, our patrons, who are always supporting us. And also a personal big thank you to everyone who went and checked out the recent YouTube video on the new
Mm.
Star Wars movie idea. I was not expecting that many views, so I'm very appreciative for
It was
everyone
a
who checked
very,
it out.
very well done script, I would say.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so today we are doing a Star Wars character draft. Now, for those who don't know how drafts work, it's basically like um different teams draft or select different players from a pool, like a collection of players. We're kind of adjusting it so that we're drafting from characters. We've each got different team names, and we'll be selecting from a limited collection of characters, which will be just from the Skywalker saga. So we're not going to be doing from the live action shows, Clone Wars, etc. Just to kind of give some limitation. We'll probably expand it if we do more of these, but just for the first one, we thought we'll just do Skywalker saga. We'll be drafting in a snake pattern. So whoever goes first, will have the first pick, obviously, then second person selected, second pick, third person, third pick. But then the third person gets to select again, and then it goes back. So it'd go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, and so on. I think that's everything about the draft. Yeah. So we'll spin a wheel, which I'll get up now to determine what who will be selecting first of all. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. You guys can see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll spin this wheel to see who is spinning first. Um and it looks like
Ooh,
it's
God.
gonna be
God.
Jack.
Jack.
Look,
Jack will get the first pick. Let me make a note of that quickly.
We have a winner.
And
Jack.
then
This is
Mark will spin
Well,
for Mark and I to see who goes second.
a chance, and Mark has done it.
All right. Mark is
ooh.
spinning. Mark is selecting second. And that's actually kind of hilarious because in the practice or rundown before we did this episode, this was the order I accidentally selected. Okay. Now,
Number one, though.
Let's select a category.
can you guys see the new wheel?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So this is the category now. So I've got most powerful, like the best general lineup, the most good or the most pure lineup, the most evil lineup, and the most iconic. So I'll give this a couple clicks.
Okay, it's fine. I have a quick question that I would like to ask.
Oh my lord.
Damn. Okay.
Oh,
Evil.
Most evil. Okay.
Okay, my quick question. I think I already know the answer, but does Rogue One count?
Yes.
Okay,
I would
good.
say the all the movies in the
Okay, I thought you were
even
gonna say no.
after
what do you reckon, Jack?
you're
Should we
doing
do?
Rogue, you technically have to do solo.
Yeah, okay. All right.
This movie.
Do Rogue One and Solo.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we've got most evil lineup. This is gonna be an interesting one.
I think I've already got mine
It's
pretty.
gonna be tough. Once the first few are picked out, it's gonna be hard actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've definitely got mine number one.
All right. Okay. First of all, let's get some team names out of the way. We've selected our team names in advance. Who would like to say their name first?
Let's go in order of how we're doing it. So
Okay. All right.
Jack.
All right. Yeah, Jack.
Oh, me. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Mine's a bit of a meme of it's a quote. A Sith Lord? Question mark.
Should I do in
A
quotation
Sith
mark?
Lord.
Yeah. I love Mace. A Sith Lord?
Sith Lord. Okay, so you are a Sith Lord. A Sith Lord is drafting.
Yeah.
Mark, what's your team name?
The sequels suck.
Come on, yeah. That's straight to the point.
Wow. So did you just choose that as a name because you want to say it just as often
Yeah.
as you can?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Who would be the most creative?
All right. My name's a bit of a Rebels Easter egg. I've gone with. Oh my God, hang on. I've clicked the wrong
Cooper's
thing. Oh
probably
no,
the
there it
only
is.
one that. Cooper, yeah, he's
Oh,
the only one
Joe's
that
pit
actually put
stop.
thought into it.
Wow, I don't even know that.
Yeah, it's in Rebels like the first couple seasons. It's a shop on Lothal and they sell space waffles.
Oh, gee.
So when I came up with this name, I'm like, yeah, I was feeling a bit hungry. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just go Old Joe's. So Old Joe's pit stop is my team.
Let's go. I'm hyped.
All
Nice.
right, so Jack is selecting first.
Mm-hmm.
A Sith Lord.
I
All right,
see. Lord.
you are on the clock first, so feel free to
I
say whatever
think
you want.
you might want to write up there as well. Um, the category.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
yes, I might do it here. Oh no, I'll do it here.
Well, just above.
Eh,
Alrighty. Okay, so to kickstart us off, I definitely think I'm going to have to go with the one person I've been thinking about for this category of all time. I'm going to have to go with Emperor Palpatine.
oh
Yeah,
my
Uh,
I knew it.
God. Okay,
he. Why are you surprised by that?
I'm not.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
he's
would have
my
picked him.
he's my backup. He has literally turned the whole galaxy against each other. Basically, he created the whole Sith Empire from the Republic. He meddled with both sides of the politics. He also basically brainwashed and manipulated Anakin to do his dark deeds by killing many younglings. He also killed numerous Jedi. He disrespected his own even apprentices. He has returned sadly, even in the sequels, and also had a whole final order that was going to destroy basically the entire galaxy. He's been notoriously known to be the creator of everything that's gone wrong in the galaxy. He's been even called the most evil character in the whole franchise. So I think there's no other reason for him to go as number one.
Okay, fair enough. Good
Yep.
pick,
Thank you.
Mark.
I
You're up.
agree. And I feel like I should clarify when I say mine. So I'm going to say Darth Vader, and we're counting Darth Vader and Anakin as separate characters.
Interesting.
So I think it's pretty obvious why Darth Vader, because he's as Darth Vader is basically the sidekick to, as Jack said, what is essentially the most evil character, Palpatine. We've seen, even if it wasn't necessarily in the Skywalker saga, we've seen the evil deeds Vader does, such as I always think of Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan show when he walks through the town and he's like just killing civilians. But if you want to go like really into it, Darth Vader before he was in the suit, like when he went through the Jedi Temple and murdered all the younglings and so on. So I think it's a pretty self-explanatory one.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, that's a good pick as well. And this is why it sucks being the third pick
This is
because
going to be hard with
two of the
so
most evil characters have gone.
18 characters.
I,
Jeez.
I have actually a pretty interesting one, but I want to see what Cooper goes with. I reckon he's going to take it.
I think I know who you're thinking, but
Mm.
yeah, I've kind of been making a list of characters I can choose from just because it was kind of difficult to think about when I first did
It
it.
is.
I'm gonna go with Grand Moff Tarkin
No.
Oh yeah, nice. Can't
because
believe I didn't think of that.
this guy, he basically ordered the entire destruction of a planet. I mean, how more evil can you get than that, in all honesty? And then I keep thinking back to Rogue One and how much of a prick he was to Director Krennic.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
felt
know.
bad for Krennic.
I know.
And I
Anyway,
shouldn't
so
because he blew up a whole city. But
he did, yeah. He developed two cities.
well, who?
Well,
Krennic.
Jeddah City and Scarif.
Oh well, that Krennic didn't blow up the second one.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Krennic. I thought we were talking about Tarkin.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Yeah, so I'm taking Grand Moff Tarkin as my first pick. And in the number 3 position, I gotta choose a second one. And I haven't really thought about this because I was pretty happy with Grand Moff Tarkin.
Like my top three too. That's actually crazy.
Oh, this is tricky. This is really tricky.
Fun.
Okay. I'm gonna take Supreme Leader Snoke as my
No,
second
he's
pick.
taken all of them. He's taken all of them.
I
The
feel like
reason
I'm
I'm
at a
taking
disadvantage
Snoke
here
with my second pick
in number
is
two.
because firstly, we know nothing about him. But just the way that he acts in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. He's just very mysterious. He's he seems to have some sort of power that's a bit different to what we expect from a normal Sith. So yeah, I think you look at him, he looks pretty evil, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
say he acts pretty evil. So I'm happy with Supreme Leader Snake as my second pick. All right.
I feel like being second place because you guys have all these opportunities to pick two characters in a row. I have
Yeah,
to
but you
wait.
get you get like the better
Yeah,
opportunity to
because I'm last now.
yeah,
All
you get
right,
to
yeah.
steal a character.
I only get steal. I still won.
Mm.
But I was doing some thinking. I've kind of got two characters in my mind, and I think and I hope Jack doesn't take one of the two when he does it. But I think I'm gonna go with Darth Maul
Interesting.
Mm.
I wasn't actually mine. Huh.
because
And
I
we're
don't
talking we're
this
talking just Phantom Menace and Solo,
Yeah,
aren't we?
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Because that's what I was gonna mention. Because in slightly in Clone Wars and a little bit more in Rebels, I would say you kind of see a bit more of a moral side to Maul, even though he's still working for his own interests. But from what we see in the movies, he's just, he's just basically a full-on evil character. He's just going on
Mm.
assassination missions, murders Qui-Gon, tries to murder Obi-Wan, and also, not to mention, he's the first Sith to reveal himself in however long it's been.
Mm.
His quote, "At last we'll reveal ourselves to the Jedi."
Yeah, good point.
But also in Solo, like he's the leader of whatever that gang is called.
Mhm.
Oh
If
yeah,
anyone
Crimson
wants to,
Dawn.
yep, Crimson Dawn. That's it. Thank you. Yep,
Nice.
I think that's good. Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Alrighty.
Back to
Um,
back for Jack.
Actually, I wanted to also say this isn't like top from number one is most evil, and then six is least
Yeah.
evil of the six, is it?
No, no, no. It's just like
It's just you
whoever's
just pick six
available.
evil, yeah, six evil characters.
Yeah.
um, so okay, so literally aside from Darth Maul, the other two were gonna be my next two. And I completely forgot about this character. And I know we're talking only movies, but I think he still deserves to be on here. And General Grievous.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
nice.
General
That's a good pick.
Grievous is a straight up mercenary, basically, with no force abilities at all. He steals lightsabers off the people he kills, and he taunts basically every time he, gets a new lightsaber and stuff. So, and he's a
He's
bit
just
of
a bully.
yeah. So I just think I wouldn't say he's got any remote good in him because he's just straight up hatred for just the Jedi and anyone that yeah, opposes him.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And back to back, this is hard.
No, no, it's
This
tricky.
one's gonna be a bit controversial, but I want to steal it so no one else gets it.
Oh God.
Kylo Ren.
Damn you.
Ah,
Damn it.
thank you. You
So
Damn
didn't
it.
pick the one I wanted to pick.
Kylo Ren. So Kylo Ren, I know he ends up turning good at the end. However, it's kind of like similar to the Darth situation. He's still we even in Force Awakens, we see him straight up kill an old man just because of just bringing up his past basically and everything and not giving him
Hmm.
the even though he doesn't have the map. Um, he's he's the leader of the Knights of Ren, who is just basically a whole like SWAT team behind him, taking out the temple, killed the rest of the what's it called the Jedi trainees in Luke's new Jedi temple. So yeah, he's just a pretty villainous character, similar to Darth, just probably with less um dramatic events, I think. So yeah, that's my spot.
Mark.
All right, on to me again.
Sequels
I
suck. Who are they
thank you.
picking?
I thank you, Jack, for not picking the second one I wanted to pick, and I'm gonna go with Count Dooku
That was
slash
my other
Darth
one.
Tyrannus.
That was my other one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I even need to explain because I feel like I'm saying the same thing for them all because they're essentially all Sith. They all go and do evil things, and also in the case of Dooku, he had his, and this is kind of Clone Wars, but it is seen in the movies that he's like the leader of the Separatists. So he's also kind of like the political antagonist of the films as well as the one of the Sith antagonists. Yep.
Nice.
What a really good one.
So this is kind of like the sucky bit of going third because I've had to endure watching you guys take all four of the picks that I would have just taken.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now I
really?
have to improvise because I have a list and I've scratched every name off my list. Okay. This
Cooper.
one, you're gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna take with my third pick for old Joe's pit stop, General Hux.
Yep, no, that's good.
And I'm taking General Hux simply for the reason because he gave the order to pretty much wipe out an entire system.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
So I feel like that I know he has a kind of crappy redemption arc, but as the spy, I'm the spy.
He was the spy.
But I think in The Force Awakens, yeah, that's and I mean, to be fair, even in The Last Jedi, he leads although a slow pursuit of the resistance, it's still like he could be doing anything else. He's like, no, I'm just gonna chase these guys. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about plundering planets. I'm just gonna go chase the resistance, you know? So the second pick is a bit more tricky. Um, and I'm gonna go with a character we sort of already mentioned. I'm gonna go Director Krennic
Oh, no.
because
My favorite character.
he I know in comparison to Grand Moff Tarkin, yeah, he's not like
On the same thing though.
as evil, but like he still orders the destruction of Jeddah City, and he's very selfish and he's very for the Empire. He's not really for he doesn't he is selfish, but he's selfish for the Empire. He's not selfish for himself, if that makes sense.
Might I add, he also ordered the death of all the people working with Galen Erso on the
Oh yeah,
platform.
true. Yeah,
Yep.
good point. Yeah,
Mm.
so I would take Director Krennic as old Joe's pit stop number 4 pick and pass it back to the sequels suck.
Yeah, you've just done exactly what we just did to you, and the whole round I was prepared to say Krennic, so I had to rush to think of another one. And this one, I feel like it's a bit of a stretch, and it's also going to be very surprising to you guys, I
Please
think.
don't do it.
I know who you're taking.
Please don't do it.
What?
I know who you're taking.
Please
I
don't do
don't think you do.
Okay.
I've been scouring through my brain the characters in the movies.
it.
I'm gonna say Poggle the Lesser
Oh, no!
because, and I can't put this down to him exactly, but
What?
the Geonosians are the ones
Yep.
who came up with the Death Star plans,
Yep. Yep.
and also the Battle of Geonosis is where the Clone Wars began.
Yep.
So I think Poggle the Lesser, being the leader of the Geonosians and giving Dooku the Death Star plans, I think that qualifies him as one of the most evil
That's so good.
characters.
I love that so much.
Oh my God. Okay.
Did I surprise you both?
You did. You didn't take what I
Mine's,
was thinking.
mine's on the same line, similar. It's
I know
kind of
yeah.
ready. Here we go.
Yeah.
A Sith Lord is going to choose Watto
Oh,
'Cause he's
wow. That's an
a
interesting choice.
slave owner who does not care about the life of anyone and just does everything in his interest for money and self gain. So that is what
Okay. Okay. Sure.
crap.
You got another pick as
Oh,
well.
it's so hard to think of him.
I gotta think of another one now. Okay, I've got one. Easy dub. If we're counting this as a movie, Dryden Voss, leader of
Yeah.
leader of one of the biggest crime syndicates in between that time period. We've seen him mercilessly kill people if they don't obey his orders or if they do the wrong thing for the orders. He also has some very, very deadly kind of persona in terms of how he, when he gets angry, his face kind of like, lights up and stuff. He's got really cool weapons. He's obviously been trained in some sort of, martial arts combat. And yeah, we obviously know from, was it the season? Oh no, that doesn't count, but because it's not in the movie. But we know that he's been around before even Solo, so we don't know what he's done throughout that time of getting into that powerful position. So yeah.
All right.
Mark.
So up to me again. I was thinking about this, and I don't know if it necessarily qualifies this character as evil, but I'm going to go with it anyway. I'm going to say Jango Fett
Yep.
That was one of my picks.
because, well, the smaller reasons which I didn't really put into consideration is just the fact that he does evil things, even though he's a bounty hunter, like tried to assassinate Amidala and so on. And again, I'm not sure if this makes him evil or not, but I'm going to say the fact that they use his DNA for the clone army, and then the clone army is the one that executed Order 66, obviously. So I think I'm going to go with Jango Fett.
Okay, nice. Now, before I pick, this is kind of the opposite of what I said last time for my pick. These are 4 characters that I was never going to choose. So I'm in the position now where I've got two characters, which I'm pretty happy with. And the first one I'm going to say is Captain Phasma. Now I'm
Mhm.
saying Captain Phasma. We don't know a lot about her, but she's very much for the First Order. She pretty much gave the order to execute an entire village. Sorry, she didn't pretty much. Well, she basically took Kylo Ren's order, but she commanded the stormtroopers to do it. She sent Finn to conditioning, which I'm pretty sure was just going to be almost like a brainwashing thing, which isn't great. And yeah, she just tries to kill at every moment. So I'm pretty happy with Captain Phasma as my fifth pick. And my sixth one, I've had time to think about this. And I do not care if you guys think this is evil or not, but this is the guy who gave Chancellor Palpatine emergency powers and allowed the
Ah,
Sith Lord to rise from within the Senate. I'm picking
yeah,
Jar Jar Binks
yeah.
as
That
my final pick
that's
Yeah.
perfectly
for
fair.
old Joe's pit stop.
Solid pick.
Yes.
Solid pick indeed.
All right, that's mine done. Back to the sequel suck.
Yes, the sequels suck. And in the interest of the sequel suck, I'm not picking a sequel's character.
Ooh.
I have been trying to think of some character to say, and I'm not picking this person by the way, but some of the ones I'm thinking of are like Imperial officers like General Veers or Admiral Piet or
Mm.
something. But then I think I've just decided, and it's not one specific character, it's more of a generic thing. I'm gonna say Stormtroopers, if that's
Yeah,
allowed.
okay, I'll say that.
Super.
Because I think it's obvious. I mean, apart from the fact that a lot of them are conscripts and so on, they are the fist that is the Emperor's will. They're the ones that go and do the
Mhm.
deeds that the Empire wants. You know, expansion, murder, genocide.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
I think just the actions of what the stormtroopers do as the Imperial Army or Stormtrooper Corps, I think that qualifies them to be evil.
Mm.
okay, nice, good pick.
So since we can't pick, like, since you guys don't have any other picks, I'm going to say the two. I have three in mind. The two that was the most obvious, I think, that we forgot, or didn't forget, but like just didn't pick was Boba Fett and Zam Wessel, because Zam Wessel was the one that actually shot that thing into Padme's room and tried to kill her. But the one I'm gonna go with to keep along the lines of random characters and stuff is Cornelius Evazan, the
Who?
guy, the guy in A New Hope who tells Obi-Wan, we're wanted on numerous planets.
Oh,
We've got
Oh my
no, he
God.
tells it to Luke, doesn't he?
12 systems.
What's his
Oh, it's
last name?
funny.
Evazan. Evazan.
Wow.
Yep, he's the one that gets his arm chopped off
Yeah.
and dies. But
Wait,
him in Rogue One
no,
also
isn't it his friend who gets his arm chopped off?
too, but he does die anyway too, because we
Yeah.
see him in Rogue One also before that. Remember when they're walking through the street and they bump into? Yeah, but
Yeah.
he also says a quote that we got death sentences on 12 different
Mm.
planets, so he must be pretty evil.
I got a death sentence on 12 systems. Can we
Well,
just mention in that regard how mentally strong Luke must have been, like as his original farm boy self? He was sitting next to some guy who has 12 death sentences, and he
Yeah.
was not even phased. He was like, "I'm sorry, I'm in your seat, but sorry, I don't know what you want me to do."
well, I gotta say that was pretty good for round one because I think we'll do a second round.
Yeah.
That was really good, and I actually quite enjoyed doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
But
great.
just looking at the teams, does anyone have a favorite? Because I do.
A favorite team.
Yeah, like of the three, like it can be your own, but like because
Uh,
I really like first of all, I really like Jack's first three picks. They're good. But I
yeah,
think Mark, your overall is pretty solid.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking overall, mine looks, as you said, pretty solid as an actual team. If they were to go fighting, apart from one who I don't think needs mentioning.
Hoggle.
But I do like yours, Cooper. Actually, I mean, apart from Jar Jar Binks, you've got a good setup of like mainly Imperial officers, actually, which
Mm,
is I find interesting.
that's
I
what I
may
was
be,
thinking.
I may be biased here, but I think mine class. I reckon mine's the most quote unquote evil
Yeah.
in terms of
If you're talking about just like
slave
individually evil,
owners
then
and
yeah,
stuff.
probably.
But I think I agree with you guys in terms of I think Mark's if we were battling each other,
Mm.
or I don't know because probably Palpatine would probably end up taking them all out. But I think in terms of actual fighting capabilities, I think Mark's team would beat all ours. But I think also I don't go with Cooper's being the best because he's got too many sequel characters in it.
Yeah, true. The sequels suck after all.
Yeah.
Wow.